Hi everyone, it's Katina. I always want to say good morning, but depending on when you're actually watching, it might not be morning. So I hope that everybody is doing well. Today I want to do a second follow-up on healthy versus not so healthy foods for weight loss. So I uploaded this video this week, and I had 100 views in just one publication. So I find that maybe this is a topic that is interesting for everyone trying to lose weight or not wanting to gain any extra pounds, especially that the holidays is coming up. So I put on a little bit of makeup because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. It was really cold this week, and I think that I might have caught something because I was walking this week, and after that I stopped. I was really sweaty. I stopped at my neighbor's house, and we talked outside. And you get when you're hot, and then you get cold. So I think that's the thing. And then after that, we covered other reporters and myself. We covered the strike. And it was super cold, like it was below. I'm going to give you a few examples of better choices of what you can eat, let's say, for example, for breakfast. So, the other video, if you want to check it out, I'm talking about pizza and sushis, one healthier version, one not so healthy version. There is, sometimes you think that it's healthy, but then when you look at the ingredients, not so much. So I'm going to use this card here that I got. It's a couple of different cards actually that I got from one of the consultation that I had with a nutritionist. And again, I am advising you strongly to go if you're starting either a new plan or you're trying to lose weight. For breakfast, for example, instead of having a croissant or some kind of pastry made with a ton of butter, I don't even want to know the calories. But even if you're buying, breakfast at a restaurant or at the groceries, it's definitely not a good idea. So 2 slices of whole wheat bread is better for breakfast than a croissant. Mind you, if you have like this craving for chocolate croissants or pastries like this, you can always take half of it and then leave the other half for the next day, or chocolate pastry, then the larger ones in one shot, because I forgot to check the calories, but it's definitely more than 200 calories, especially if it's made of butter. Then instead of Nutella, though, this chocolate spread, it's recommended to use peanut butter instead. I would add that natural peanut butter, 100% peanuts instead of the regular one. And almond also butter is very, very good for your health, although it's a little bit more expensive. After this, we have 1 glass of milk, 2% milk instead of coffee. But then again, coffee, if you don't put anything in it, if you have it black, there is no calorie at all for coffee. It's just a few calories. So I can't live without my coffee in the morning. So this is just a question of choice. You're going to put a little bit of milk maybe in your coffee, but it's the sugar that makes a difference. Even if you put, let's say, 1/3 of a cup of milk, it's not going to be a lot of calories. Instead of having Caesar salad, you can have a tomato bocconcini salad, homemade, with a dressing on the side. Now, for Caesar salad, the thing that is very high in calorie is the dressing. The dressing is a creamy dressing with garlic and stuff. So you can always buy the light version of the Caesar salad dressing, but you still have to look at the calories. Instead of maybe 80 calories, it might be 40 calories, but that's a lot for dressing. So you can always put just a splash of dressing in the Caesar salad. It's your main meal. You can always do a homemade salad. Sorry again, I'm yawning. I don't know why, because I thought that I went to bed early. So yeah, the dressing is everything. So if you use, let's say, if you can find a very healthy version of a salad dressing with olive oil, let's say, and vinegar. If you watch your portion, because anything that's oil, it's a lot of calories. 1 tablespoon can be just as much as 80 to 100 calories. So it's just this portion. So I always recommend to cut it in half. And then we have, instead of fish and chips, that could be at a restaurant, for example, you know that the fish itself is breaded and fried, so that's why it's high in calorie. So you can always pick stir-fry shrimp with vegetables, sautéed vegetable. I had that, in fact, yesterday. I had a chicken stir-fry at a Asian restaurant, and over rice. It's a big portion. Sorry again, I just had a sip of my coffee, and it kind of dripped on my face. So what was I saying? Stir fry shrimp. Yeah, yesterday I did buy something at the restaurant, and I picked the chicken stir fry. It's better than, let's say, General Tao. Is that the right? I don't know if it's the right term in English, but anything fried anyway, whatever. It's always better to do something that's sautéed instead of fried at a restaurant, for example. So just to, you can educate yourself with this. There's this doctor who came out a long time ago. I don't remember what year exactly. This doctor wrote a book. I believe it's a doctor. He wrote a book that's called Eat This, Not That. Very popular in the United States. I think it's worth a different video for that, because I find that it's genius. It's very interesting. And the whole trend, it's to have your favorite meals, but with lower calorie, better for your health. But the taste is key here. Every time you think that you want to lose weight, you're starting something new, or let's say for the holidays, you want to lose a few pounds, even if it's just 2-4 pounds. You don't want to feel deprived, and this term deprived is key in any kind of diet. First of all, the health professionals, they don't want to use diet. I'm going to use it because I think it's easier to explain. And there's always, you think to yourself that there's always a better option of any of your favorite foods. It's just a way of measuring the portions, but once you get the hang of it, you don't really need to measure every single time. The thing is, it's the only way to actually have an idea of what the whole day brings to you. So almonds, you got to be careful. 1 tablespoon, that means maybe 5-6 almonds, is almost 80, it's between 80, if I remember correctly, and 100 calories. So if you eat too much of it, you might gain weight, just because it's good fat, it's very healthy, but you can't have too many. Another example is muffins. Now, even if you do it, actually you need to have homemade muffins or cupcakes if you want, to make sure that there's not too much sugar. You can replace, or you can cut back actually from any recipe the amount of sugar that you put in it, and you can replace oil if the recipe calls for that. You can replace it with yogurt, or even worse, it would be like a place like Tim Hortons. Now, cereals for breakfast, or I actually have cereals for dessert, or sometimes it's a whole meal, like at the end of the day. This image shows something that looks like Fruit Loops, and I have to say that you don't necessarily have to know all the ingredients of these, but there's not a lot of nutrition. Actually, there's none. If you look at the nutritional value on the side of the box, you'll see that those kind of cereals have a lot of sugar, and a lot, I mean 10 grams and over per portion. There is, it's, even if it's made from flour and whole wheat, you have to check the amount of proteins and the amount of fiber. So sugar, less than 10 grams per portion. Proteins, ideally, 5, 6, 7, but I haven't really. a mix of granola and some other kind of whole cereals. So there are plenty of choices out there, but try to remember that less sugar, less fat is best. Another example would be in terms of portions. If you eat out, you see this image, there's a steak. The portion of the steak seems fine. It's about 100 grams if it's pretty much the size of the palm of your hands. But there seems to be like a huge chunk of butter, like flavored butter. I wouldn't use that. It's very, very fattening. Butter is just like margarine, as a matter of fact. 1 tablespoon is pretty close to 100 calories. So can you imagine? So if you not take any French fries with it, either you cut back or you share with someone else, but make sure that it's not a huge piece of steak. Juice now. Fruit juice, you got to be careful as well. Even if it's 100% orange juice, for example, it's okay to have 1 box, but I wouldn't have it every day for lunch. It's 100 calories and it's a lot of sugar. Even if it's natural sugar, it's just too much for a portion. You might as well have a glass of water or an actual orange. Pad Thai is actually, it looks good, it looks healthy, but it isn't. Mainly because everything is fried, not necessarily fried, but it's stirred in a lot of oil, and the flavor of the oil adds flavor to the whole plate, the whole recipe. So I wouldn't have Pad Thai too often. Most of the ones that I saw, the portion is too big, so you can share that if you go out, or if you order takeout, share it with another person, because it's a huge portion. And then if you have only half of a Pad Thai, you can always have something lean, like a piece of salmon, for example, that's not breaded or fried, and it would be a word for the poke bowl. I thought that this was a healthy one. I thought it was a healthy bet. In the picture, it's a small bowl, but when you order in a restaurant, it's huge, and you have a whole in the image you have a whole avocado, so that's already, if it's a whole avocado, even if it's a small one, it's 100 calories and more, if not 200 calories, because half a medium-sized avocado is 150, if I remember correctly. So can you imagine a whole one? It's already 300 calories and you haven't even touched the whole plate. So if you have salmon on top of that, and other components like I'd say beans and things like that, it's the sauce that goes in it that's a lot of calories. So poke was actually over 1,000 calories. So 1,000 is almost like 3/4 of the day. Most of the meals that you'll have as a woman, a healthy amount would be between maybe 1,500 calories and 1,700 calories. That's an average. Sandwiches, whether you do it yourself or you buy it at a grocery store with all already made plates, it's the mayo that goes into the eggs that's very, very fattening. I wouldn't even recommend the low fat, because in order to have the flavor, you have to have a lot. So instead of having 80 calories per tablespoon, you'll have 40, but then 1 tablespoon might not be enough to give the flavor. So I wouldn't recommend an egg salad sandwich. If you want, you can have slices of lean turkey or lean ham sliced, cold cut with a little bit of mayo and whole wheat bread. That's a better choice. Same goes with tuna salad and chicken salad. It's the mayo that adds a lot of calories. If you're able to have just a little bit, not even a tablespoon of mayo, it's healthier and it's better for the waistline. So there you go. Good luck.